Hello everyone. It is Amber Carlton with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Premier Properties, and I am coming at you with Real Estate Basics, episode 11. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about homeowners insurance and a few things that if you haven't thought of are really good to know. So one of those with homeowners insurance is a clue report. And a clue report, like CLUE, like the game, Clue. Hey Rachel, good to see you. So a clue report, what they're gonna do is your homeowner's insurance agent is going to pull up the property address and they're gonna look at the history of claims. They're gonna make sure that, they're gonna make sure that, let's say the seller didn't get hail damage and get a check to replace the shingles. And maybe the shingles weren't super bad, so they just kept the check and didn't replace the shingles. That happens more than one would think, and it's not necessarily that the seller's trying to take advantage, just sometimes there's only a few granules actually missing off of those shingles when the insurance company says, yep, hail damage claim, here you go. That's just one example. But really what they're doing is they're looking back through all of the claims and they're making sure that no claims have been made on the property that haven't been fulfilled. So super important. We have a wonderful homeowners insurance agent we work with closely. So whenever I get a buyer under contract, one of the first things I do is have him reach out and run the property address, make sure that the clue report checks out. You don't have to use him for homeowners insurance. You can use whoever you like. I personally use him. I love him. He's great. But either way, I want to know that my buyers are getting a home that's insurable. And if a claim's been taken out and hasn't been fulfilled, that portion won't be covered by your future insurance. So huge deal when it comes to shingles or anything like that. So keep in mind clue report and to ask about that when you're purchasing a new home, okay? Another thing to consider, huge in our area, is sump pump backup coverage. That's not standard. I'm pretty sure that my guy adds it in for everyone. I hope so anyways. I think he does. But whoever you're using for homeowners insurance, make sure to ask them if there's sump pump backup coverage. Because if there's not, and your sump pump backs up and it floods your basement, you are going to be very, very angry. And that's probably the number one homeowners insurance claim in our area. We have a lot of sump pumps and the power goes out when it's a big rainstorm and all of a sudden it backs up and we've got a big problem. So make sure, even if you've been in your home for a long time and you haven't had any issues, I would call your homeowner's insurance agent or send an email and check on that sump pump backup coverage. It's probably going to be a rider to your policy. And a rider is just anything that they would add on to the policy that doesn't come standard. So make sure you're checking on that. One other thing that in our area is common is flood insurance. So speaking of things flooding, key points to think about with flood insurance are you have to have that policy in place for 30 days prior to it flooding. So, maybe this winter we get a ton of snow like we had in 96. Wouldn't be a bad idea in late January to start thinking about taking out that policy. You never know when the thaw is going to happen. And if we get a fast thaw, lots of rain, you just never know. Your homeowner's insurance agent will be able to help with that. If you're not required to have homeowners or flood insurance, it's very reasonable. If you are required to have flood insurance, you've already got it. Hopefully, once that diversion's done in probably 2026, 2027, we'll have a lot more ease there all across the board. However, there may still be years where you want to keep your eye on it. We personally lost our home in Breckenridge, Minnesota in 97, and that was horrible. We bought the home in October of 96. And lost it in April of 97. So not fun. Nobody wants to go through it, but think about these things. Your realtor, if they've got their ear to the ground, probably will be reaching out to you if it is a winter where we think Oh, you might want to look into flood insurance, even if you don't usually need it. We'll probably send out an email or just put out an APB saying like, hey, look into this, consider it. Those are really the most common things. One other thing, this I learned with my home. If you have a hot tub, let's say you add a hot tub, like I bought my friend Asia and Ryan's hot tub and had it moved in. It doesn't raise your homeowner's insurance at all, or it didn't raise mine one bit, but you have to let them know or it won't be covered. Hello. So make sure you're talking to your homeowner's insurance agent about big changes like that. And even, I had just purchased my home, bought the hot tub at the same time. It was going to get moved from their home to mine. And as soon as I told him that, it was actually covered for the move too. If something would have happened while it was being moved or the winterization process, that would have been covered. So that's a really good thing to just know, that your homeowner's insurance covers some of those things as long as you talk to them about it. Don't assume it's going to cost you more. Just make sure you're protecting all of your assets, right? I think that about covers it for homeowners insurance topics that you might not know about. If you need a good homeowners insurance agent, you're not sure who to reach out to, my personal contact that I go to is Andy Dumphy with Country Financial. He is wonderful. I'm happy to share his contact information with you if you want a quote. Yeah, I think that wraps it up. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, this will go on YouTube and everywhere else. So if you're watching this as a recording and you have questions, just put them in the comments below or send me a direct message. Okay, you guys take care. I will see you at the end of the month for your market update. Bye now.